If you're watching this, it means that you made it to the end of 2023. You did it. And I find that the new year is a great opportunity to assess, to ask the age-old question, how is it with your soul? What has God done for you this year? What are you hoping God will do in you in the next year? That's what we're talking about this week. Kindred UMC live show features adults discussing adult topics, occasionally with adult language. It may not be suitable for young viewers. Please use discretion before watching. Hello all! Welcome once again to the Kindred UMC pre-recorded live show, coming to you not live, but pre-recorded from my front room, aka Kindred Studio A. My name is Chris Hayden. I am the pastor of Kindred UMC.
My name's Hannah. I'm the social media director, and Chris just blessed us all with a classic millennial pause. Thank you.
I'm Taylor. I never know what to say.
I was going to help you out. I was like, your name is Taylor.
I forgot today. It's been a long Monday. And I'm an exploring candidate / I'm just glad to be here.
Yeah. slash churchy. Slash churchgoer.
The churchy one.
Yeah. Yes, we have finally arrived, even though we, as we're recording this now, are pre-Christmas. This will be released post-Christmas. We are finally at the new year.
Woo!
Woo-hoo! It is...
That means if you're watching it, it's the year that we're getting married.
If all goes according to plan, I will tell you, wedding plans often...
Oh no, we booked the venue.
We done booked things.
We booked the venue.
Right.
We're getting married.
The date has settled. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I'm very excited to be part of a year's worth of leading up to.
And I'm obnoxious.
Yeah.
So we will be celebrating. We're both Leos. We are both very adamant birthday month girlies. So we will be wedding year girlies. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do we have consent on that?
I don't need it.
There was a look of doubt.
Happy wife, happy life. Yada,
I don't know if this is in the shot or not, so I'm just going to adjust this. Because we're working with this new like framing.
It's
this
very
new
comfy
location.
though.
Yeah.
I know.
Also, I don't have to set up as much.
I know, it's great.
Which is
I feel
key.
like we're like in an episode of Friends, like the lost episode of Friends.
Yeah, well,
That's what this is.
Our front room is kind of furnished like Friends. It's just a
literally.
hodgepodge of different furniture.
I can't go behind the couch and lean on it though.
Yeah,
which I would always be the character standing up behind.
Damn, that's how we should start our next episode. We should push the couch out, and Hannah should be in the back.
All right. If you guys want to get here early and redecorate, you're welcome to.
Nah.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's what I would like, because it's the end of the year and we're going into the new year, and so this one will be a little theology light and just a little more retrospective. I'd like to talk about kind of what we've accomplished as a congregation, and but to set the tone, I do want to read a piece of scripture. This is from the book of Isaiah, and even though the book of Isaiah is one book, it's actually 3 books that we just combined into one. And so this is actually from like 2nd Isaiah, which is chapters 40 40 to 50 something. And then there's a third. Anyway.
Yeah, what are you reading off of over there?
This is what's called a Kindle Scribe. And
Bible of the modern age.
I've been enjoying it very much. It has a scriber that I can scribe on. And,
say scribe one more time.
And I'm not a sponsor yet. Hey, Amazon, hit me up.
That was the thumbnail picture.
Yeah, so there's the thumbnail. So this is from the book of Isaiah, the 2nd book, technically. Okay. And it's chapter 43, verses 18 to 19. And it sounds like... Well, here, wait, before I read it. Because we just did a bunch of Advent stuff. Mm-hmm. And Matthew and Luke both quote, or maybe it's Mark and Luke both quote from the 2nd book of Isaiah. All 3 of them quote from Isaiah, but it's the 2nd book in particular. Does anybody remember what just happened that also happened with those Gospels in the book of Isaiah? Why the 2nd book?
The thing fell. The temple fell.
We're making progress. People are learning things.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, that is true. So chapter 40 is the beginning of the second book, and the second book was essentially written in response to the temple falling. And that's why Mark and Luke quote from it, because the second temple had just fallen when they wrote their gospels. So this is the first time. So the temple has fallen. People have been exiled into Babylon. So the Israelites are no longer living in, well, I mean, it's kind of split, but people have been exiled. It's like a bad time. And you can imagine an entire culture who's essentially been conquered and wiped out, and their temple's been destroyed. And they're like, what is God doing? Like, what is happening? Why has this been allowed to happen? And this is an excerpt that I think really encapsulates what Isaiah's message to that group of people is. So 43, 18, and 19. Do not remember the former things, or consider the things of old. I am about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So, yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it.
So one of the reasons I wanted to, I was really feeling this particular text is I feel like this is the first year that we've actually come on the other side of, we had George Floyd and BLM. We had COVID. We had, I apologize if you are of a different political ilk than me, but we had Trump, and our congregation in particular, who is, I think
the most diverse group of people you will ever meet.
Correct. except most everyone is pretty left leaning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like, all of
Thanks
those
to our diversity, though.
Yeah, right. Those things tend to correlate. It's been rough, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say for me in particular, the BLM and COVID really just kicked me in the crotch, man.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking the other day how about like my agoraphobia has just gotten atrocious. I am terrified to leave my house.
And by the when I say BLM, I don't mean the like. I'm not even making a statement about, and I just mean the idea that like people are taking to the streets and it's resulting in conflict, and like it's more of an agoraphobia response for me too. Like,
but I also have the extra layer of not only was I afraid of the conflict, but I was afraid of the people that are supposed to handle the conflict.
Yeah, well, the whole discussion and the whole like, how do we move forward?
Because like I'm scared to get pulled over. That's
right. Yeah, like and what is? I think a lot of us, me in particular, like I'm cis white straight guy, like had a certain assumption of security. And like everything that happened really called all of that into question. And of course, I know certain populations, particularly maybe gay lesbians, black lesbians, like, may have been experiencing that already.
But it also like I had come to terms with a lot of stuff and had a sense of security that was further challenged.
Yeah, all the insecurity.
I'm getting all kinds of comfy. We're talking about it.
Please.
Couch.
I think insecurity was something that a lot of people were dealing, and I know specifically our congregation was dealing with a lot of it. I personally was dealing with a lot of it.
I agree, being on the other side of it, because like I didn't come out till later, like not later in life, but like I was like 19. So like I had this sense of security
later in life.
But
I was 26,
not like childhood,
but not childhood. So I had this sense of security my whole life. I was white, straight, cis, and we'll not go there.
We can talk about how many people were actually fooled.
But yes, but I had this sense of security, and like I was raised to like the cops are the good people, the people in authority are supposed to help you, the politicians are supposed to are supposed to be doing good for the community, and then all of that went straight out the window, and I was like, who am I supposed to be trusting at this point? Because right now I can count on one hand.
Yeah.
the amount of people I could trust. So it
And the
really
problem is, like,
did.
There are good people in every single like aspect of things,
Right.
But bad people tend to be louder,
Right.
and they also tend to. It's like
A lot of people take advantage of
Their authority.
and people that grab at power are the kind of people that think that it will make them better, and therefore
Yeah.
aren't necessarily looking for it for the right reasons.
Yeah,
A lot of
corruption
the time.
happens in the extremes and in the margins.
Yeah.
And I think this was the
we've
first
seen
year.
it all around.
This was the first year where we saw all of that come to a head.
Yeah, we saw corruption in the police. We even the official leaders of BLM got called out for things as far as like how they were spending the money and like.
Yeah.
And then obviously, I think we all saw on full display corruption within the police and within the justice system, and that's what
within our
made a lot of
world
people
leaders.
take to the streets. You know, like
Within our world leaders in the past 2 months.
right, yeah,
So it's been a year of like just crazy hell.
Yeah, a lot of the sense of security that I thought I had,
Mm-hmm.
It's just being challenged like left and
and
right.
I do hear that from a lot of people. And you know, I'm not a oh gosh, what was I about to say? I was about to say I'm not a prophet. But what I mean by that, because I am a prophet.
Yeah.
I
You can't, like, tell the future.
I actually am a prophet, but I'm not a magic fortune teller. Yeah, right. My it is in my nature to criticize and see what's going wrong, which is the nature of a prophet. But I'm not a magical soothsayer. Like so,
What? You don't have a crystal ball?
it turns out I could probably get one on Amazon.
Hey.
So, but yeah, so what I mean by the like, you know, I'm not a future predictor, except for I'm just looking at the what
We're just
I
looking at
see
the
and,
facts.
Yeah, going forward. It seems to me. I hope my fry oil that's bubbling isn't coming through the mics. It seems to me
If
like
it's not, you called attention to it.
I can edit that out. I will not. It seems to me like we are reaching a turning point, though.
Yeah.
We're out of quarantine. People seem to have discovered like effective and good ways to manage COVID. We seem to be. We still definitely have a lot of political conflict around the issues that we were talking about, but we do seem to be kind of like, I don't know, cresting some kind of a new age of like, all right, people are done posturing, and we're easily able to be like, yeah, the tiki torch people can go away. They don't get a seat at the table, and like it seems like we're kind of filtering through the and like, all right,
everyone's getting ready to put away their pitchforks.
yeah, like who are the adults who actually want to achieve something?
Who are the adults that are actually going to be here to see the benefits of what they're putting out
Right. Yeah, and genuinely care about
and genuinely give a
the
flying
next people.
ish?
Yeah, and the next generation who are
Right.
going to
Like who's going to
inherit a lot
help
of
the
this
next
stuff,
generation?
too.
Because like who's going to help your generation, and then who's going to help your generation, and then who's going to help my generation?
Yeah.
So it's like we're seeing
That was
all those people.
mean.
Sorry.
Also, we're in the same generation.
Technically,
so-
I'm a millennial.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So, you're the odd one out.
Are you a Gen Zer technically?
Yeah, she's
Technically.
a little baby.
Oh, no, a little baby.
I
Well,
don't
we're gonna
feel
try.
shit.
Granted, I am in the last year of being a millennial, and some places, like some studies, think that I'm a Gen Z, and some
right.
That's not
studies
gonna,
think
like,
that I'm
It's a
explode,
lot
right?
of bubbling over
So-
there,
Is
so
that
I'm
gonna,
gonna
like,
go
explode?
make sure that it's okay.
Okay.
So, all right, this will be a nice pause. All right, I will edit this part out for real though. Okay, and
We're back.
we're back. So, what I wanted to do was one, kind of take the opportunity. The new year is a good opportunity to kind of say, all right, we talked a lot about where we've been, and also to ask kind of like where we're going and what we're hoping for. And also, I wanted to report on some of the stuff that we as a congregation have actually done this year. So, like, I asked Anne, who is a lovely, wonderful staff
if you
person.
needed me to get my phone, but look at you
I've got a Kindle Scribe.
on it.
I've got a Kindle Scribe and notes and everything. So, just so you know, as a congregation, we are partners with The Table, which is a feeding ministry, and we essentially covered their entire cost of storage for their they have a lot of kitchen equipment because they're hoping to get a facility where they can use commercial kitchen equipment because they feed a
So
lot
many
of people. Yeah. And so we paid for their entire year's worth of storage.
Nice.
In addition to just kind of miscellaneous $185 to just like provide food and provide ingredients so that they could do that. Compassion International, which is a wonderful organization. That's what me and my wife give to on a pretty regular basis. I have a lot of great things to say about them. We gave a total of $511.83 to them as a congregation. Forward Paths, which is an organization that works to get kids who graduate out of foster care and like kind of get thrown into the adult world. It actively works to get them on their feet. And we did a month of giving to them. That was $75 to them. And by the way, shout out to Denise. I know you, Denise. I trust them and know them. Zebra Youth, which is it's basically a gay rights. It helps to provide advocacy and assistance to kids who are coming out, essentially, and dealing with all that kind of stuff.
We leave them.
We leave them. We love them.
So we collected and gave them $347.74. We've been actively collecting for Zoe Empowers, which is the big thing that we've committed to. We have yet to even be assigned a specific community because we're partnering with other congregations, and so all the timing and stuff. But we've already started collecting, and we've collected $1,140 for them.
I know.
And we have a goal of $4,500 before the end of next year. So we're already 25% of the way there, or about, not really, but about.
Almost.
Yeah,
Close enough.
I got that email and I was like, oh my gosh, we're doing so good.
By the end of the year, we will be at 25% because we're recording this mid-December. We're expecting end of the year giving, and that's our main thing. Florida United Methodist Children's Home, whom we partner with and give. We just did a shopping trip to give their kids
so much
Christmas
fun.
presents.
It's so much fun picking out gifts for them every year.
Yeah, and it's my, because we don't have kids. We've got nephews who are in.
I mean, you've got us.
But you don't play with
Dad.
Legos and stuff. That's good to know.
Oh gosh,
This is good information.
So offended. Yeah, her family does a Lego gift exchange for Christmas because they're all.
So between the stuff we bought and money we collected, we basically gave them about $1,800.
Oh wow!
Worth of gifts and then just monetary donations. So this year we essentially collected over $4,000 for different. For all the different charities we've done, and this is our first year really focusing on generosity.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So,
Imagine what we
way
can
to
do.
go! First of all, I'm very proud of my congregation.
Thank you to everybody.
Yes, and we're genuinely making the world a better place.
Absolutely.
Lifting people out of poverty, showing kids that they're not alone, even though they may have been abandoned by the people who are supposed to love them most. We get to be the hands and feet of Jesus, saying, you can't ever be abandoned. It's impossible. I'm very proud of us. I'm very happy with what we've accomplished. If you are feeling generous, please consider giving. Everything that you give to our church via Venmo or PayPal, the QR code that's in the video, 100% of it will go to Zoe Empowers, which lifts communities out of poverty. They're active all over the world, in the third world and the second world, and they teach young people how to be entrepreneurs, and then they send them back to their communities to employ other people. And they create an entire economy.
Yeah, it's such a cool concept.
Yeah, and their success rate is wild. So please, there's a link down below if you're curious about them. Go take a look at what they're doing. So that's what we've done this year. We've been through some stuff, as we talked about. We've also accomplished a lot, as we talked about. So what are you hoping for, and what do you see God doing now, and what are you hoping God will do in this next upcoming year? Where are you at with that? And I can go first if you would like to think about it.
Sure, go first. I have to figure out how to formulate my words.
I'm hoping that I can find a job.
Yeah.
Because that is very important, so that I can help support the people who have supported me throughout this last year of therapy and just my anxiety literally like making it so I can't do anything. And I've been so beautifully supported by the people in my life, like financially, emotionally, physically, like so I am hoping that this next year is about me being able to repay them in a way, even though like I know that not a single person that has helped and been here with me has like expected any kind of repayment or anything, but I would really like to give back at least a piece of the support and stability that they have given me, because that's the only stability I've had in my life.
Well, I mean, this is when Christian community, and I'll claim specifically Christian, but obviously it's when community, more broadly speaking, it's outdo one another with kindness. Like,
yeah, and I've gotten
you can't,
really
you never
lucky.
will, like, you know, but isn't that such a better way to be together?
Right.
You know? So we have some ideas about what to do with the structure of our church, and we're hoping to purchase a building. We're hoping to have not only regular in-person worship, which is the first time like we've been able to do it since we started, you know, but also we're hoping to launch a food ministry. One, just like literally a barbecue joint that will earn
It'll
revenue.
be dope.
Yeah, we want to. We're coming for you. Four Rivers and Mission Barbecue in Orlando. We're coming for you. Sonny's Bubbaloo Barbecue. Get out of here. Well, I can beat you any day.
I was like,
But
Sonny's
Four
doesn't-
Rivers and Mission Barbecue, good barbecue. I think we can beat you too. So that
He said what he said.
yeah,
Are we gonna have
I
cake
stand by
too?
it.
Because that's the thing that Four Rivers gets you is that dessert stand.
Well, desserts. I'll have to look into desserts.
I can bake too.
All right, well, that's good to know.
She needs a job.
But well, so we're hoping to do that, and also we're hoping to use that as a what we want to do is basically so like you know like $20 for like 3 meats and 2 sides. But if you want to do $30, you can feed yourself and you can feed somebody else. So we're hoping to be, and again with our partnership with The Table, who feeds a lot of people in Orlando, we're hoping to be able to take at least once a week off of their plate to just say, hey, man, here's
Here's food.
yeah, give your people a break. All you have to do is show up and talk to people. We're gonna give food. So that's what I'm hoping for. That, and I'm, you know, we've got a lot of steps to get there, but that's the calling that I think God's calling us to. That seems to be other people seem to be on board with that too. Like that's always a test of it, whether or not it's a God calling.
Yep.
If other people are on board with it, you know. Like, but we do have to get through the bureaucracy of the United Methodist Church as a part of it too.
Yeah.
So you know.
And also like realty.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I'm just like personally, I'm
I didn't do good enough.
I've been like the all the stuff we talked about, and especially quarantine and being like, I used to be much more excited to be in the world,
Yeah.
and I'm less, and that is the thing that I want from God this year. Like that's the thing I'm actively praying for and actively looking for and actively leaning into.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like I
Because
want
I feel comfortable out in the world with my people,
right.
and you're obviously very much one of my people. So let's go.
Yeah. I like let's
do some stuff.
Well, and we had a glimpse of that at Pride. Like
Yeah.
Pride was a really good glimpse of like I remember this going out
Yeah.
with people and like interacting with people who are different and like have different viewpoints and like
just having
talking and loving
conversations
and like and sharing food and sharing music and shit like all that's like I remember this like that. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for this year. That's what I'm praying to God to like deliver me from this insular. I don't thrive well when I'm not exclusionary, but when I'm like holed up.
Yeah.
When I
Like,
don't have
locked
other
away
people
kind of thing.
involved in my
Hermit
life.
is not.
Yeah, I'm not that way. Other people are, and if you're a homebody, great. But I've trained myself to be a homebody, and it's not good for me.
Thrive
Yeah.
as a hermit.
Yeah.
If I could live my life without having to really talk or interact with the outside world, but that's just me.
Yeah, I trained myself to do that, and now I need to spend
like
this next
unlearning
year.
it now.
Yeah, exactly. Like breaking those habits, unlearning that, getting back to
Because it's not fulfilling you.
my natural way of being,
Yeah.
which is I like going out.
I'm on the boat with you.
I like talking to the cash register checkout person. You know, like I like having
my
rando
worst
conversations.
nightmare.
Like I'm the guy who will make a dad joke and then make a friend.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I thrive that.
I mean, I'm certain that's how me and you became friends.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
I'm certain that's
well,
how we became friends.
again, Pride is a great example because I saw you active at one of my people. I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were just acting like, hey man, hey, what's up? And just
And
immediately
I sat in a
friends.
chair and was like, they're doing it. It's good.
Yeah. All right. So how about you, Taylor? What are you hoping for this year?
I've got a big year going, hopefully. Well, I'm getting married, obviously. So, all according to plan.
Well, you got a date now.
But we got a date, so
I'm pretty sure.
can't back out.
Yeah, once the deposit's down,
Right.
there's no kicking the can down the road after that.
Yeah,
No.
congrats. You have to marry me now. You got down on one knee. You asked. Now.
Well, it's more. I was thinking more about the planning
Yeah.
aspect. Like,
No, it.
Oh, and I'm neurotic enough. It's
yeah,
been so easy on this one.
yeah.
But I'm obviously getting married. I mean, it's huge on my mental health journey. We can get into that at a later date. But then I'm hoping to at least come up with an ebook version of my cookbook next year. Which, if you're not following that, you should. I'm hoping to at least have an ebook.
Shameless
You did-
plug.
you-
Shameless plug. I didn't mean to do that.
A Leo.
And then I'm also, oh my God, I had a third thing. Oh, I'm hoping to do more research and maybe do my first semester as my candidacy exploring situation.
I'm very much looking forward to that as well.
Yeah. That's a lot to do in 1 year, but it's fine. We're going to figure it out.
You got a whole year.
Yeah.
A wedding will only take up
The whole
90%
thing.
of it.
No, because I am so type A that I have most of it planned.
Well, there you go.
true.
Lean on the people who care about you.
Yeah.
It's easy.
So big things, but
I even picked out her outfit. She doesn't even have to do that. We're good.
Nice. Well, I mean, I'm sure I forgot to set the timer, so I don't know how long we've gone, but I'm sure I've gone over. I always do.
sure.
I do encourage you all to take this opportunity. If you're just watching this video on YouTube, seriously, pause it, take a moment, think about where
Make
you
some goals for your heart instead of
Yeah.
only your body. Because when people do New Year's resolutions, it's always
I want to lose
I'm gonna
weight.
eat better. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna do the.
Yeah.
And these things are wonderful. Like
Yeah, they're
your
good
body
for
is
you.
what carries you through the world. So take care of your body, but also take care of your heart and your soul and your mind.
Yeah.
I also think it'd be kind of cool to if you guys feel comfortable commenting them, I feel like that'd be fun to read.
That would be great.
That'd be really fun to read.
I would love
Or as you share it, share it doesn't even have to be a
All right.
goal, but something you've accomplished. I love
Yeah, so
share your wins, babe.
Here's so we're gonna do. We will have already done solstice night, but if you weren't there, or if you were there and you would like to participate, all right. 3 big questions at the end of the year, and they're kind of based in old timey. Like, what have you reaped? What have you harvested this year? What have you loosed? What have you lost? What are you grieving is another way to think about that. And then what are you hoping for next year? I would love to hear that stuff.
Yeah, like a rosebud thorn situation.
Yeah, right. So if really sincerely take a moment to just reflect on, it doesn't have to be don't keep it literal to a year. Just reflect on where you've been recently. And oh man, what have I lost and what has God brought to me, or what have I gained? What have I harvested? And
I will read them.
And then the other, I'm hoping, another way you can is what are you planting? What are you planting now? And you're hoping that next year to see grow and harvest and flourish. And how can you invite God into that? How can you cooperate with, again, my insistence is that there is an undergirding grace that is beyond us, that is moving things from chaos and destruction and all the things that hurt people and cause harm into something that is more ordered and brings life and light and inspiration to people. There is an undergirding force. We call it grace. And it is a part of everything. And the real challenge of Christianity is, how do we actually cooperate with this force that's moving things into that direction? And this is a great exercise. So what have you gained? What have you lost? What are you planting for next year and hoping for? And I would love to read those comments. And I'll be active in the comment section. If you comment something, I'll reply to you. And I would love to hear what you got.
I also think it's important, even if you don't feel comfortable sharing it, still do it.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
you
still
could just do it for yourself.
Yeah, like
we're human animals, and we are corporeal, and so there is something about, like, if you can find a way to make it real, like write it in a journal. If you if you don't want to make it public in a comment, I get it.
Yeah.
But like to write it down in a journal or even on a sticky note that you put
Pop it in your notes app on your phone if you're a millennial girly like me.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe make it on like Instagram or a Facebook post and keep it private if you want. But like
something about getting it out of your system.
Something that marks the occasion that you can look at it and then also, the technology we have now.
It'll pop up on your
it'll
memes
pop up later. Right.
Yeah.
It'll pop up later and be like, oh, that's right. Like, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I was in that space, These are things that I find really, really helpful. And, if you can afford it, get a Kindle Scribe and take notes there.
Sponsor us,
not a
Amazon.
sponsor.
Sponsor us, Amazon.
Or Band-Aid brand. I've been begging for a sponsorship for years. I be hurting myself, so hit me up. Johnson & Johnson.
I know, burn ointment in the kitchen. Any company that wants to sponsor burn ointment. I'm kidding. We don't have nearly enough. But I sincerely encourage you to do that. And I will leave you at the end of this year with this blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Oh, woman.
Oh, woman.
Oh, woman.
All thems.
All thems.
Yeah.